In today's MLB Recap, the most quiet person in Major League Baseball just turned in the loudest moment of the season for his squad. I didn't even know that Kyle Manzardo could smile. Bobby Witt Jr., he was smiling as well. He added to his historic season with a grand slam in a pivotal game against the Tigers. We had multiple NL Rookie of the Year candidates going brazy yesterday. Paul Skeens was doing Paul Skeens things. Shota Imanaga struck out like half the A's roster, and Jackson Merrill went yard again. We have a big update on Mike Trout. He is officially willing to change positions, and the White Sox, they just benched a former star and face of the franchise. We'll get into that later in the video. So again, we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. And guys, don't forget, Recap is brought to you by SeatGeek. Save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets using code Fuzzy. A lot of you have been having a blast on Underdog Fantasy, my favorite daily fantasy app. If you're brand new, don't forget to use code Fuzzy when signing up. You'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, a free pick'em on me. You're welcome. I for sure thought that this first game was a bust for me, a Guardians fan, because after Bo Naylor let one score on a pass ball, two more scored on this scorcher off the bat of Byron Buxton, and Matthew Boyd, he got leather on it, but yeah, the Guardians are down 3-0 while Kansas City is currently beating up on the Tigers. Then, I mean, you could almost feel the hope seeping back in. Rocchio got grazed, and Angel Martinez, he laced a double to right field. Andres, he got beat. He broke his bat, but it somehow worked out. And that really hurts. That hurts bad. Angel got backpicked to end the rally, but then Pablo Lopez handed Cleveland another rally. Manzardo took a walk, Will Brennan dunked one to left field, and Bo took a walk as well. So the bases are loaded for the rookie, and Angel did it. It's 3-2. Then the Twins deployed their real-life Terminator, Griffin Jax. Down goes Andres Jimenez, and then he got J-Ram to roll over. He gets a big hug from Pablo Lopez. Jax, he's back out for the 8th. Why not? Josh Naylor, he doubled, and Manzardo, looking straight off the set of Top Gun, he sent one into the jet stream. Who is this guy? He's the most shy person I've ever seen. He got hugs all the way around. He chucked his helmet. He couldn't even wait until he got to the steps to get rid of it. Emmanuel Clase, book it. That is 46 saves. He ties Jose Mesa for the most ever in Cleveland history. He has a 0.65 ERA, and he's looking to be the first relief pitcher ever to lead baseball in saves 3 consecutive seasons in a row. And look at Stephen Vogt, the manager of the Guardians, after the game. He got emotional. I'm going to run through a brick wall for this guy.
That's the kind of stuff that this team does. I love these guys. They're so much fun to watch. They love each other. They work hard. That was an emotional night.
So like I hinted at, the Royals are going off on the Tigers, and it all started with a grand slam from the future MVP. I really think that Bobby could win 2 or 3 over the next 10 to 15 years, and this was his 199th base hit of the year. He's got 32 home runs and 107 RBIs. Both teams, they traded runs, so it's 5-1 after 4. Now we're in the 5th. Vierling, he wanted to poke one through. Bobby, he got there, but then he did a 360 no-scope over Yuli. So Parker Meadows scores. Vierling's to second base, and I guess it wouldn't have mattered if he ate it or not, because Colt Keith would have had a 3-run home run again, even if Bobby ate it. Colt has 13 home runs. He had a brutal start to his career, so it's crazy that he's almost back to a 100 OPS plus on the season. At least Bobby stole one back for his squad. His blazing speed and a little bobble from Hanafi makes it 6-4. He's the first player in baseball to 200 base hits, and then he stole a bag. He's got 29 stolen bases as well. The Tigers, they got out of the inning, though, without any more damage, which means that this is a game-tying 2-bagger. Rookie Wencel Perez with a 2-run dart, and Matt Vierling, one of the non-rookies on this squad, he completes the comeback as Jason Foley, he strikes out Tommy Pham, and they actually make the comeback. The Twins, because they lost, are only a game and a half ahead of the Tigers, who have the best record in baseball the last month. The AL wildcard is getting crazy, and same with the NL wildcard, and I'm going to talk about the Snakes and Rockies game before we talk about the Mets and the Braves. Ketel Marte and Ezequiel Tovar, they both teed off for some long home runs. Ketel's was very long, 460 feet for a 2-run home run. He has 32 home runs on the year. Tovar has 24. That ball kept carrying it and carrying. He joins Juan Soto, Rafael Devers, Ozzie Albies, and Carlos Correa as the last 5 players to have 80 doubles and 40 home runs through their age 22 season. Tovar is an extra base god. That's all that Merrill Kelly allowed. By the way, he's out after 6 innings, just 2 base hits. But Kevin Ginkel gave up another home run. Hunter Goodman now has 4 home runs the last week, so it's 2-2 heading into the bottom of the 9th. Brenton Doyle got on and stole second base. He's up to 22 home runs, 29 stolen bases, and 14 outs above average with the best arm in baseball. He's a crazy athlete. That stolen base was huge because Perdomo, he just messed the game up. That is the 9th walk-off of the year for the Rockies. All right, here we go. We do have an update on Francisco Lindor, but we'll talk about that after this game. It is NL wildcard time. The Mets and the Braves, they're tied for the final wildcard spot. We'll talk about the Braves after this one. Manaea and Jake Irvin, they combined for 3 shutout each when the rookie Jose Tena, he found a hole with the runner at third base. He's batting .315 with 14 RBIs and 5 stolen bases. His first 115 at-bats with Washington. He's looking like a future offensive star in the making. Thankfully, Lane's been raking as well. Otherwise, I mean, this trade would have just really hurt me. Question for Mets fans, is Jake Irvin your daddy? And I say that in jest. I'm not being serious, but he did go 8 scoreless with 8 strikeouts back on July 4th. And back to this game, he had a bases loaded jam, and he's looking like a shortstop. Fire me up, Jake Irvin. What a play to save his shutout. Manaea, he was fantastic as well. He went 7 innings, so that's 7 consecutive starts, going 6 2/3 or more. No pitcher has done that in the last 2 seasons. He and Jake Irvin combined for 7 scoreless. Irvin, he tried for the 8th, and Tyrone Taylor just hit the first extra base hit for the Mets all game. He gets the 3rd, and wait, is he safe? No, he's out. Wait, the umpire got it wrong. He meant to say he was out, but then he said safe, and the Mets fans were booing him. Law is now in for Irvin. Marte, he bounced out, so it's all up to Jose Iglesias, and he clutched up with an RBI infield single, so that ties it. We needed 10. Starling, he's about to get his second chance, and he takes advantage of it. A walk-off, and just an update on Francisco Lindor. So the Mets win, and then they get another good update. The MRI was clean. He should only be out 2 or 3 days, no more than 5. So all around, a fantastic day if you're a Mets fan. And it got even better because the Braves got bum rushed by the Dodgers, and they were outscored 18-2 over the final 2 games of the series. Max Fried, he allowed Rojas to score on a wild pitch, and staying with Miguel Rojas, after Tommy Edman secured their first base hit, so Fried was really good aside from that wild pitch. Miguel Rojas fought off a pitch while falling. He got a ball to drop. In scores Tommy Edman. Ohtani, he beat out a double play, so that's an RBI fielder's choice. Make it a second RBI on a fielder's choice. So he had 0 base hits. He went 0 for 4, but had 2 RBIs. See, kids, just put the ball in play. Good things could happen. Mookie, he brought home another on a sac fly. Oscar grounded a ball to right field. It's through the infield, so he has 90 RBIs on the season. Frederick, is the slump over? That ball barely left. Aaron Bummer could not believe that ball actually went out. That 3-run home run raises Freddie Freeman's batting average to 280. That's his lowest batting average since 2015. He's batting 238 since July 9th. I'm hoping that he gets hot and somehow rakes his way back to 300. I don't know how he's going to do that, but yes, the Braves, they fall to 1 game of the 3rd and final wildcard spot. The Cubs have been fighting tooth and nail to try and overcome their first half disappointment. They're now 30-22 in the second half. As Isaac Paredes, who was basically useless to begin his career with the Cubs, it's nice to see him put a ball in play and somehow get it to land, even though it was 4 feet outside. He pulls it. We're in the second inning now. Amaya and Happ, they both drove in a run as well, so it's 3-0 off the rookie Joey Estes. Dansby then said double it and give it to the next person. That's 5 consecutive base hits off of Estes. Shota, he was cooking, and I guess even if you're cooking, it doesn't really matter when you're facing Brent Rooker. 38 home runs, 109 RBIs, and a 172 OPS plus. Miguel Amaya and Dansby Swanson had their pitchers back. They raced both of those runs off the bat of Brent Rooker. Amaya had 2 RBIs. Dansby had a 4 RBI day, and I'm happy that he's not stealing money from them anymore. Shota, he's earned every single penny of the contract so far. 11 strikeouts over 6. That's a new career high, and it kind of blows my mind that he's 14-3 with a 3.03 ERA, 170 strikeouts. He might not even finish top 3 in the Rookie of the Year race. That's because Paul Skeens and Jackson Merrill went crazy again. Paul did get the short end of the stick. He was trying to go 4 scoreless, but disengaged 3 times. You can't do that a 3rd time without getting the out, so that is a balk, a free advance to the next bag, and that sucks because Goldie then grounded to second base. It would have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, Donovan's at 3rd. Arenado got the green light, so it's 1-0 Redbirds on a 3-0 swing. Skeens was still really good. 7 strikeouts, just 4 base hits over 6. He has a 2.07 ERA. That is the lowest by a rookie since 1968, and that doesn't happen often. And by that, I mean it's not often we see someone out-duel Paul Skeens, but that's exactly what Andre Palante did. 7 shutty. How many strikeouts? 9 strikeouts, a new career high. He only walked 1 as well. The Cardinals grabbed a few more insurance runs. Pedro Paz had an RBI single. Donovan had an RBI double, I believe, and then it's 4-0 after a Lars Nootbaar sac fly. It was a strong throw from De La Cruz, but it's offline. The Cardinals, they're back to 500 at 75-75, but they're 7 games back with 12 games left. And I'm pretty sure, I think the Pirates just got eliminated. That kind of sucks. So Paul falls to 10-3. I'm sure he's going to lose a lot of sleep over that. Is he the rookie of the year, or is it one of the Jacksons? Chorio or Merrill? We'll talk about Jackson Merrill in a second, because there's Manny peppering another extra base hit with runners in scoring position. He's batting over 320 in those moments. He's 1 RBI away from his 4th 100 RBI campaign. Look at this next at bat. This is why Luis Arraez never strikes out. After he swung and whiffed, he said, okay, I'm just going to try and make contact. 1, 2, 3 foul balls. I'm throwing my controller if this is MLB The Show. Dude is bringing that Little League chant to real life. B-A-T-T-L-E. He's battling, and Arrighetti got him. 141 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout is officially over. That's the longest since 2004 when Juan Pierre went 147 plate appearances without a strikeout. And I think the longest ever was Dave Cash in 1976. He didn't strike out over 223 plate appearances. Anyway, here's Jackson Merrill's big moment, and he pimped it too. 24 home runs on the year, but check this out. He has 21 home runs since June 8th. He has a 950 OPS over that stretch, and he's 6th in F4. And Profar wanted an RBI, but Jason Hayward, he says no, he still got it. I mean, he's got an absolute cannon. What a seed to nab Luis Arraez, who did not look too great. His knee was really bothering him after that. Yu Darvish is not the strikeout machine of the past, but he's still crafty enough to make pitches dance. He goes 6 shutout. Arraez, yeah, he hit a double, but he was really laboring. He's out after that 2 bases, and nothing came of it. I just wanted to show that and give you guys an update on Arraez. The Astros, is it comeback time? Altuve had a double of his own. Jordan ripped an RBI off the nasty lefty Tanner Scott, but Profar, he got it back. His 23rd of the season, his 4th base hit of the game. He is a different human when wearing a Padres uniform. He has a 140 OPS plus this season. Robert Suarez, he has 33 saves. The Padres are now 21 games over 500. I'll talk about Mike Trout and also the White Sox after this Phillies and Brewers game, because I'm not going to lie, the Brewers took this game fairly easy. William Contreras, he smoked a 2-run double that rolled past everyone. He owns Ranger Suarez for his career. Joey Ortiz, he matched Contreras with 2 RBIs. His first came on the sac fly in the 4th, and that last run was matched by a Brandon Marsh solo home run. He's got 16 home runs and 16 stolen bases and a 120 OPS plus since being traded from the Angels. Savali, he was shocked that that ball left. Philly kept the hits going. Savali's out now. Hobie Milner, he's in. He's been terrible this year, but he got Harper to fly out. Castellanos the strikeout, and boom, he's done as well. Milner had a 1.8 ERA in 2023. Hopefully, he can find that magic again going into the playoffs, because he has a 5 ERA this season. Joey Ortiz with a perfect hit and run. He placed it perfectly in the gap in right center field. He belly flopped in for an RBI triple. Bryce Terang, another 2-out RBI. Each team, they traded a few runs to end it. So, wait, is that Colin Ray? Colin Ray, he gets the save, a 7-out save, the first save of his entire career, as the Brewers are 24 games above 500. Before we talk about Mike Trout, I do want to say 2019 Yoan Moncada is the definition of this meme, the he was special meme. He had 34 doubles, 25 home runs while batting .315. He was a stud on defense, 6 outs above average. He almost had a 6 F4 season. Fast forward 5 years, health issues, as well as some reports of him sometimes isolating from teammates or simply being a me guy. Those are not my words. I've heard that through the grapevine. He's been benched in favor of the younger guys, Miguel Rojas and Brian Ramos. I don't know if they're just trying to keep Moncada healthy going into the offseason because they're about to flip him, because he did look decent when he was healthy to start 2024. He's back off the IL, but he's not going to be playing much, and they're giving the reps to the young guys. And we're talking about a guy that was once traded for Chris Sale, and again, he was special in 2019. Would you want him on your team? Let me know. Benny Biceps is so back. Wait until you hear what he's done over the last month. Andrew Vaughn, he just tied Benny, because Benny has 18 home runs. Vaughn, he goes back-to-back. He also has 18 home runs on the season now. The White Sox, they pushed a few more home when Vaughn, he decided he wanted a cycle today. He had a home run in the first, a triple in the second. He was halfway there in just 2 frames. Spoiler, he went hitless the rest of the game. Eric Wagaman, I didn't know that he existed until about 2 seconds ago. That's his first home run, and he's 4 for 20 to begin his career. All 4 hits have been extra base hits. The ball was flying in Anaheim. Lenyn Sosa just crushed the 3rd home run for the White Sox, and then the 5th home run of the night came off the bat of Charles LeBlanc. He found a barrel for a 2nd of the season. Benny had 2 in 1 game. He did it again. He's batting .290 with 11 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .970 OPS his last 34 starts. That is Benny Biceps biceps live in the flesh, and I really need him to be Jock Peterson or Masataka Yoshida 2.0. Stop playing defense, just make Benny Biceps a full-blown DH, and I think that he could be pretty good again. Speaking of DH, Mike Trout made it official. He came out and said that he is willing to be a full-time DH or play a corner outfield spot, which has to be a punch to the gut for him because he's always stated that he wants to win a Gold Glove in center field almost as much as winning a World Series, because he said that defense is incredibly important to him. It looks like that's not going to happen, but at this point, good. Simply playing has to be paramount because he's almost missed 400 games since 2021. He hasn't made the playoffs in a full decade since 2014. So, Mike, I respect this. You're finally seeing the writing on the wall. Be a DH, play left field, win a Gold Glove in left field because I think he's actually that talented defensively. He can still play a mean corner outfield. Maybe win a Gold Glove over there. I don't think anyone's going to care if it was in center or left or right. Well, everyone, that does it for today's MLB recap. I really appreciate all of your support, and if you watched until the end, do me a big fat favor, leave a like. Also, subscribe if you're brand new. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek or Underdog Fantasy, and enjoy the web gems.
Harper grounds it right side. Massey goes to second.
Speared by Santana, and that is an out. Urshela spinning, throwing, perfect.
The 0-1 hit on the ground to the right side. Diving stop, Alonso gets up, throws to first.
Batter skies this one to center, and Buxton going back, still going. Buxton near the wall. He'll jump up.